Norway is famous for its stunning fjords, high quality of life and progressive society. But beneath the beauty lies a shock: the cost of groceries. Imagine paying $15 for a frozen pizza or $10 for a block of cheese. This is the reality for everyone living here. Welcome to the land of fjords and $15 pizzas. Planning to visit or move to Norway in 2026? Understanding the high cost of groceries is essential. Norway's high wages, strict food standards, and unique geography all drive up prices. Knowing these factors helps you budget smartly and adapt to life in Norway. Norway's high grocery prices can be shocking, but there's more to the story than sticker shock. Yes, the cost of living is steep, but it's balanced by high wages, excellent public services, and a world-class quality of life. Is Norway worth the price tag? That's for you to decide. Norway's high grocery prices are driven by strong wages. Everyone from shelf stockers to delivery drivers earns a fair income. This ensures a high quality of life, but also means higher costs at the checkout. In Norway, you're not just buying food, you're supporting a system that values worker dignity and social welfare. Norway's high food prices are driven by protectionism. High import tariffs keep foreign products expensive, supporting local farmers but limiting consumer choice. Even if imports are cheaper, tariffs make them costly, so Norwegians pay more for basics like cheese and meat. This system helps farmers, but critics say it unfairly burdens consumers, especially those on tight budgets. Norway's rugged geography and scattered population make transporting food a logistical challenge, driving up prices. With limited farmland and a short growing season, much food must be imported, adding further costs. A few supermarket chains dominate the market, limiting competition and keeping prices high. Norwegian food prices are high due to layers of costs: a 15% VAT, special sugar taxes, and strict food safety standards. These taxes and regulations ensure quality, but also drive up prices. By the time groceries reach your cart, the sticker shock is clear. Each layer adds up in Norway. Bread is a daily staple in Norway, but it comes at a price, often $3 to $6 for a basic loaf. For families, this adds up quickly, making bread a calculated purchase. Even simple foods reflect Norway's high cost of living, shaping everyday shopping habits from the very first meal. Milk, butter, and cereal are Norwegian breakfast staples, but they come at a price. A pack of butter can cost up to $8, and milk isn't cheap either. Cereal prices, especially for imports, can be a real shock, often $5 to $10 a box. Many families turn to store brands or traditional oatmeal to keep breakfast affordable. A simple Norwegian breakfast, bread, butter, milk, cereal, and juice, can easily cost a family around $30. Even basic items carry a premium price here. That's why Norwegians plan meals, check weekly sales, and buy store brands to keep costs down. Sometimes the simple joy of havregrøt is the best value of all. Norwegian cheese prices are legendary. $10 for a basic block of Norvegia is the norm, not the exception. High import tariffs protect local producers, so foreign cheeses are rare and even pricier. Everyday cheeses become a luxury, and imported varieties like Parmesan or Brie can cost double. Norwegians adapt by buying cheese on sale, using it sparingly, and treating it as a small daily indulgence. For newcomers, cheese goes from a staple to a treat, something to savor, not pile on every sandwich. In Norway, even your cheese habits get a reality check. Eggs in Norway are shockingly expensive, $6 to $10 a dozen, even more for organic. Strict animal welfare laws, costly feed, and high wages drive up prices. Compared to the US or Europe, The price difference is staggering. Norwegians buy eggs on sale, avoid waste, and often choose store brands to save. Eggs remain a staple, but every omelette feels like a financial decision. In Norway, even the humble egg is a luxury. Meat prices in Norway are among the highest in the world. Chicken and beef can cost double or triple what you'd expect elsewhere. Import tariffs and strict regulations protect local farmers but keep prices high. Steak is a rare treat, and even ground beef is expensive. Many Norwegians eat less meat, stretch it with veggies or lentils, and stock up during sales. Meatless meals are as much about saving money as health or the environment. High prices force creativity and smaller portions on every dinner plate. Norway exports world-famous salmon, but don't expect it to be cheap at home. Fresh salmon fillets often cost $20 to $30 per kilo, still a premium. Global demand and high production costs keep prices up, even locally. Norwegians love their seafood, but salmon is a special meal, not an everyday bargain. Shoppers hunt for sales or buy farmed trout for a slightly better deal. The cheap local salmon myth busted. High protein prices reshape Norwegian meals. Meat and cheese become accents, not the main event. Carbs and veggies take center stage with small amounts of meat or fish for flavor. Plant-based proteins like lentils and beans are popular, affordable alternatives. Supermarkets now offer more vegetarian options than ever. Sticker shock fades as people learn to savor quality over quantity. In Norway, adapting your dinner plate is a lesson in mindful, creative eating. Frozen pizza in Norway is infamous. $15 for a basic grandiosa is standard. High ingredient costs, wages, logistics, and VAT all add up. Convenience foods are a luxury, not a cheap fallback. Most Norwegians cook from scratch. Ready-made meals are rare treats. The price of convenience changes shopping habits. Homemade is usually cheaper. In Norway, even a frozen pizza is a splurge. Now let's walk down the aisle that brings joy to many, but, honestly, can bring a new kind of pain to your wallet in Norway. The snack aisle. This is where you'll find chocolates, candy, chips, and other sweet and savory treats. Just like with convenience meals, these everyday indulgences are far from cheap. A standard-sized chocolate bar, something you might just grab at the checkout, can easily cost you $3 or $4. If you're looking for a larger bar of premium chocolate or a gift box, the price quickly enters the $10 to $15 range. That quick sugar fix suddenly becomes a calculated financial decision. And, this is not just limited to chocolate. A large bag of potato chips, or potetgull, a staple for any weekend gathering, will often set you back $4 to $6. Bags of candy, especially the pick-and-mix smågodt, are priced by weight and can quickly add up to a surprisingly high total. The high cost of these items is partly due to the general cost factors of production and labor, but it is also significantly influenced by a specific government policy, the sugar tax, or sukkeravgift. This special excise tax is levied on products containing added sugar and on sugary soft drinks, with the stated goal of improving public health by discouraging consumption. While the policy's health intentions are debated, its effect on prices is undeniable. It makes these unhealthy items noticeably more expensive than they would be otherwise. This has led to a very famous and widespread cultural phenomenon known as harryhandel. This term describes the common practice of Norwegians driving across the border into neighboring Sweden for a day of shopping. One of the main targets of these shopping trips is the items that are heavily taxed in Norway: candy, soft drinks, alcohol, and tobacco. The price difference can be so significant that it's worth the time and fuel cost for many families to stock up on treats for the coming weeks or months. This cross-border trade is a clear indicator of the consumer response to high domestic prices. Supermarkets in Swedish towns near the Norwegian border are massive and specifically cater to their Norwegian clientele, with wide aisles filled with giant bags of candy and multi-packs of soda. While it might seem strange to plan a day trip to another country just to buy snacks, for many Norwegians, it's a practical and ingrained part of managing their household budget. It highlights the very real impact that Norway's tax policies and high price levels have on the everyday lives and habits of its residents. Feeling thirsty after all those salty snacks? Quenching that thirst in Norway can also be an expensive affair. Let's start with something as simple as bottled water. While Norway has some of the purest and best-tasting tap water in the world available for free, the price of bottled water can still be a shock. A single half-liter bottle of water from a convenience store or kiosk can cost $3 to $4. Even in the supermarket, you'll pay a premium for bottled water. Soft drinks like Coca-Cola or Pepsi are even more expensive, thanks in part to the aforementioned sugar tax, with a single bottle often costing more than in other countries. This extends to all kinds of beverages. A carton of juice, a bottle of iced tea, or an energy drink will all feel pricey compared to international standards. This is why you will often see Norwegians carrying their own reusable water bottles filled with the excellent tap water. It's a simple, practical, and environmentally friendly way to avoid the high cost of buying drinks on the go. For tourists and newcomers, the cost of staying hydrated by purchasing drinks can become a surprisingly large and unexpected daily expense, quickly eating into a travel budget if not managed carefully. Coffee holds a special place in Norwegian culture. Norwegians are among the biggest coffee consumers in the world, and kos, the concept of coziness, is often accompanied by a hot cup of coffee. You would think this national passion would translate to affordable prices, but the cost can be substantial. A standard 500-gram bag of ground coffee from a popular brand like Freely or Evergood can cost between $7 and $10 in the supermarket. Specialty beans from local roasters will, of course, cost even more. The price reflects the cost of importing the beans, roasting, packaging, and distribution, all of which are subject to Norway's high labor and operational costs. This high price of coffee at home also translates to high prices in cafes. Buying a coffee out is a social ritual, but it's not a cheap one. A simple black coffee or svart cafe might cost $4, while a latte or cappuccino can easily be $6 or $7. Despite these prices, coffee shops are always full, showing how deeply ingrained the coffee culture is. It's a social expense that many are willing to pay. However, for those on a budget, the high cost of both store-bought and cafe coffee reinforces the need for careful financial planning, even for life's simple pleasures. What does $100 get you in a Norwegian supermarket in 2026? Bread, milk, eggs, cheese, chicken, vegetables, fruit, coffee, a frozen pizza, and a chocolate bar. It's not extravagant, but that's your haul for a week in Norway. After filling our cart with just the basics, it's time for the moment of truth at the checkout. Nearly $80 later, we have only a few days' worth of food. No drinks, snacks, or extras. In Norway, $100 buys far less than you'd expect. It's a real shock for newcomers. In Norway, where groceries are among the world's most expensive, shoppers have mastered the art of tilbudsjakt, hunting for discounts. Weekly sales flyers and digital apps guide them to the best deals, from meat to produce. Many visit multiple stores, chasing markdowns and volume deals, turning grocery shopping into a strategic, money-saving mission. Beyond chasing weekly sales, another cornerstone of frugal grocery shopping in Norway is the wholehearted embrace of store brands. Known locally as Egne Merkevare, or EMV, these products are offered by the supermarket chains themselves and provide a significantly cheaper alternative to name-brand goods. Chains like Coop have their Extra and Coop lines, Rema 1000 has its Primer brand, and Kiwi promotes its first price products. These brands cover a vast range of items, from basic staples like flour, sugar, and canned tomatoes, to more complex products like frozen pizza, yogurt, and cleaning supplies. They really are the backbone of any budget-conscious shopping cart. For many Norwegians, choosing the store brand is the default option, not a compromise. The quality of these products is generally very high, and honestly, they're often produced in the same factories as their more expensive branded counterparts. The price difference can be striking, sometimes 30 to 50% less than the leading brand. By consistently opting for the store brand on everyday items, a family can shave a significant amount off their annual grocery bill without making any major sacrifices in quality or taste. This is why you'll see shopping carts filled with these simply packaged, no-frills products in every supermarket across the country, used by students and affluent families alike. This savvy shopping is complemented by meticulous meal planning. The concept of deciding what to eat on a whim is, well, a luxury that high food prices make difficult to sustain. Instead, many Norwegian households plan their meals for the entire week in advance. This practice serves several important purposes. Firstly, it allows the shopping list to be built around the weekly sales flyers, maximizing savings. Secondly, it ensures that every ingredient purchased has a purpose, which drastically reduces food waste. A critical goal when every item thrown away is like throwing away cash. A well-thought-out meal plan means no more forgotten vegetables turning bad in the back of the fridge. This disciplined approach to meal planning often involves cooking in larger batches. Making a big pot of lapskaus, soup, or a bolognese sauce on Sunday provides easy and affordable meals for the next couple of days, saving both time and money during the busy work week. Leftovers are rarely discarded. They're repurposed for lunch the next day, often as part of the cherished matpakke. This combination of embracing store brands and an unwavering commitment to meal planning forms a powerful 1-2 punch against high grocery costs, allowing Norwegians to eat well without breaking the bank. Norwegians often cross the border to Sweden for groceries, saving big on candy, soda, and meat. These trips, called Harry Handel, are a family ritual, packing coolers, stocking up, and celebrating the savings. At home, bulk buying and big freezers help lock in low prices, while foraging and food co-ops stretch budgets even further. Norwegian grocery prices are high: $10 cheese, $8 eggs, and that famous $15 pizza. But for many, the quality of life, stunning landscapes, and strong social benefits make it all worth it. High prices support fair wages, local farmers, and a secure, beautiful society, an investment most Norwegians gladly make. Norway's food prices are high, but they reflect a society that values quality, fairness, and sustainability. Norwegians adapt with smart budgeting and mindful consumption, making the most of every meal. What shocked you most about Norway's grocery prices? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more.